All right, so today we're jumping into this hilarious story about a simple plan that goes so wrong. It's really a perfect look at what happens when cold, hard logic runs headfirst into pure chaos on a quiet neighborhood street. So let's explore that, right? We're going to follow a kid named Kazama, whose very logical, very simple decision somehow spirals into a day of just complete pandemonium. So our story kicks off with Kazama. Now, you gotta understand, this is a kid who is super organized, always on time, and has plenty of time to kill before his class. He's the kind of person who likes order, who likes things to be predictable, which of course makes what happens next so much better.
And boom, there it is. That one little thought, So innocent on the surface. But this single question is the tiny spark that's about to ignite an absolute avalanche of absurdity.
I mean, look at this plan. It's logical, it's straightforward, it's efficient. It's a perfect reflection of his personality. What could possibly go wrong? Well, as you're about to see, pretty much everything. And right away, like almost immediately, the plan hits a wall. That big building he was counting on, his North Star, poof, it's nowhere in sight. The clear path is gone, and that first little seed of panic starts to grow. So, just when Kazama realizes he's in real trouble, like properly lost, and oh yeah, he forgot his phone, who does he run into? A walking, talking force of nature. His classmate, Shinchan. And this right here, this just perfectly sums up the problem, doesn't it? You've got Kazama on a mission driven by logic and a growing sense of desperation, and then you've got Shinchan, whose goals are, well, they're not even in the same universe. So when you're faced with that, with a classmate who tells you he's a raccoon, what do? Kazama's pride just takes over. He's way too embarrassed to admit he's lost. So he plays it cool, says he's just strolling around. And yeah, that was a big mistake. Okay, so now that Shinchan is officially part of this adventure, every single attempt Kazama makes to fix his situation just backfires spectacularly. All right, plan B. Kazama spots someone, a regular person just walking by. He comes up with a new plan. Ask for directions, but do it quietly, discreetly, so Shinchan doesn't notice he's in a jam, and more importantly, so Shinchan doesn't interfere. But Shinchan's operating on a whole different level. He just blurts out this loud, totally unfiltered observation about what the guy had for lunch, and just like that, the potential helper is gone, vanished. And that's the rhythm of this whole thing, you see. Kazama tries to create order, Shinchan introduces chaos, and the result is always failure. It's a perfect comedic loop. And it just gets worse from here. I mean, they scare off another guy with comments about his t-shirt, then Shinchan gets himself stuck in a cat door, which leads to Kazama getting his own clothes all dirty, trying to get him out. Every step forward is actually like 3 steps back into more chaos. So eventually, Kazama just snaps. He tells Shinchan to leave him alone. And now he's by himself again, but he's also totally lost. He's hungry. His clothes are a mess. This is it. This is rock bottom. And right at that moment, when he's at his absolute lowest, crying on some random street, thinking he'll never get home, who shows up? Of course, it's Shinchan. Only this time, he's a baby lion. But this time is different. Shinchan sees Kazama crying, and he does something simple, genuinely kind even. He just wordlessly offers him a piece of candy. No jokes, no chaos, just this small, quiet gesture. But here's the twist, and it's brilliant. Where did the candy come from? It was Kazama's own candy from his bag all along. And that just sums up their entire friendship, right? Even Shinchan's kindness is filtered through his own brand of absolute chaos. It's helpful, but also totally absurd. Okay, so that little moment of connection and maybe a little bit of a sugar rush seems to do the trick. Kazama pulls himself together, looks around, and finally, he spots it, his destination. The relief must have been incredible. So let's just recap this journey, right? He starts with plenty of time. Then the detour happens. He gets lost, meets Shinchan, and all that chaos goes down. And now, at the end of it all, he finally finds the building at 3 p.m. Yep, his class was over. The entire journey, all that stress for nothing. His whole plan was to get there early, and he ended up missing it completely. Which brings us to a final thought. Was it really for nothing? I mean, think about it. Was Shinchan really the problem here? Or was he, in his own weird way, the solution? Sure, he made Kazama miss his class, but he also stuck with him when he was totally lost and alone. Shinshan completely wrecked the plan, but maybe he gave Kazama something he actually needed more. What do you think?